Feminist law reform is as needed today as it's ever been.
We still see the products of gender inequalities in our society, and the law can be a tool to address those inequalities.
To bring all women, despite their colors, their voices, where they are from, to bring all these women into a better space where they can say that there's no discrimination.
It really entails looking at the broad landscape of the experience of all women in Canadian society and looking to see how and where women experience not just discrimination but disadvantage, and then trying to address that.
Feminist law reform is completely essential. We see that women are underrepresented in Parliament, and Parliament is often passing laws and implementing policies that do not reflect women's lived experiences. I just think it's better to be proactive than to wait until these laws that are unfair and discriminatory towards women are passed and then to challenge them in court.
The reality is that women in Canada do not yet experience full equality. Women are experiencing multiple and intersecting forms of discrimination all the time, and the law is one important tool to ensure that that discrimination and disadvantage does not continue.
Si votre féminisme n'est pas intersectionnel, c'est pas vraiment du féminisme. Il faut toujours penser aux voix qu'on n'entend pas, les voix qui sont effacées dans différents discours qu'on a quand on a juste une seule perspective.
There still could be additional work that needs to be done.
Either through the judiciary, through Parliament, through government action. It really is engaging with all aspects of how the law is applied to reverse and remedy historic patterns of disadvantage against women, and in particular against subsets of women who have been particularly disadvantaged in Canadian society.
You do not have to be a lawyer. You do not have to have legal analysis. What you need to have is feminist analysis.
Utilisez votre voix et assurez-vous de toujours amplifier les voix des autres.
For this generation, I think it's even more so important that we help support young women that are trying to advance women's rights.
Feminist law reform looks different today than maybe it did 30 years ago, and I think it's a complicated definition that you could have whole class just defining what it means.